Hey everybody, welcome back to George Does Stuff. I'm George. I do stuff, mostly knife reviews, and I am the sole proprietor of the worst knife review channel on YouTube. I have sunk to depths and I think I'm digging. I'm awful, but I enjoy what I'm doing. That being said, thank you so much to my subscribers. Thank you so much to my viewers. I never ask anybody to subscribe to this channel. I don't know why you would. But for those who do, I'm eternally grateful. Also, I cannot thank people enough for their comments. I love answering the comments. I love the interaction with people. I like the fact that people enjoy my videos. I like the fact that people tell me they don't enjoy my videos. Honest dialogue is honest dialogue. I don't tout this as the best knife channel on the YouTube because it's not. That being said, we have a blast from the past returning. That's right, folks. And I have since learned that this is not pronounced Hokc. It is pronounced, I don't know if you can see that on there, Knox, N-O-K-S. That is the correct pronunciation. I don't recall what the model is. I will put that up here. But this knife, I don't know how I forgot to review it. But it's a banger. It's a good one. I like it. And it's kind of based, in my opinion, it's kind of based on the K-bar. This to me, very much, and I've never owned a K-bar. I'm not a big fixed blade fella. But I do have a few, and we're going to probably see a couple of those here pretty soon. But, I mean, this is a absolute great inexpensive knife. It is made out of Hokc steel. This is what I would call a survival knife, I guess. Survival, maybe if you want to call it a fighting knife, I guess you could. I discourage people from fighting with knives. It's a bad idea. It's a good way to get hurt or hurt somebody else. Just don't do it. Just don't fight with people. Just call them bad names and then run away. That's what I do. Maybe throw a rock or a shoe or something. That being said, Hokc steel got a really nice floor on here. It has a very bizarre swedge. I don't know why you would want or need that on a fixed blade knife. As a matter of fact, this blade has a really nice stock here, and it really thins out quite a bit, which just seems like a really bad idea because that is not going to help the tip at all. And the tip on this is kind of wonky. It's kind of, that's the way it came. It seems like it's bent a little bit or dulled. I don't know. It just doesn't look right to me. But I mean, that being said, it doesn't affect the performance. At least not anything I'm going to do with it. It has a really nice feeling rubberized handle. It's very, very comfortable. It has the Cyrillic on there, which I'm sure has the name of this model, which again I'll flash up there just for comedy's sake. I love the fact this has a handguard on it. You just don't see that as much as I feel like people should. This is something that was really popular when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, and somewhere it just kind of disappeared. And people were like, you don't really need that, but I think they're cool, and I like it. I like it has this little swell here towards the base as well. It has a really good lanyard hole in there. I don't know. Well, it feels like, yeah. So the tang, it looks like the tang actually does come out to the end there, which is good. So that is definitely steel right there. It even has some jimping on it, which is kind of cool. I guess it's neat for you to do that kind of grip. I don't call it Gas Nation's fight grip because I'm telling you not to fight. So anyhow, it does have full tang construction. And it feels great. It has a really, really nice, solid feel to it. It's very, very comfortable in the hand. This finger or handguard works really well, and really, it makes you feel like if you had to, jab this into a piece of wood, or if you want to break up a piece of ice or something, or if you needed to pry something open with your inexpensive knife, which, by the way, I'll put the price up here somewhere, as well as the dimensions. I'll put it all through the magic of editing right there. But yeah, no, this feels like a very, very solid knife. And to me, it really does look quite a bit like the old Marine K-bar knife. It comes with, I think, a pretty cool sheath. It's not the greatest sheath on earth. I don't know if this one's unidirectional or not. We'll give it a shot this way. And it secures in there very, very nicely. Once it's in, it's not going anywhere. And it's also a secondary securing mechanism right there, should you need it. Has a I was hoping it had a. Well, I guess it kind of is a dangler option. If you don't want to secure the top, you can have this dangle off. So it's a lot of people say that's much more comfortable to carry it. So it's not right up on your belt. If you're like me and you got a big old gut jabbing into your love handles, if you have it hanging down, it's a little bit more comfortable. Really good kydex. It does have a drain hole. A lot of people don't realize that if you have a knife, particularly one that's a carbon steel that's a non-stainless steel, you want to have a drain hole so you don't collect moisture and have that tip start rusting off. That is not something good. So it's nice to see they did that. Is that, yeah, so this actually goes all the way through the blade, which also helps with moisture and ventilation. This is set up, let's see if we go both ways. Yep, so it's a omnidirectional. You can do either direction, it'll work, which is pretty cool. Let me just verify that. I think we're good, but yep, it'll go in either way, which to me is great because, if you're in a situation where you're trying to sheath your knife and it's dark out or whatever and you're not sure if you're putting it in the right way, you don't have to worry about it because it'll go in either way. It looks like it's MOLLE compatible, very much so actually. It's got a nice Velcro clasp on there. It's a good sheath. I mean, it's a really, really good sheath. And this is a budget knife. This is not an expensive knife. For the price and what you expect to get out of it, I'd say this is a damn good knife. This is a really good knife. So typically, I have knives here, folding knives, to compare to give you a size comparison. It doesn't make any sense to compare this to a folding knife because it's not. In case you haven't noticed, it's not a folding knife, and I'm sure you have. I'm just being sarcastic. So I just have two fixed blade knives here that I will compare it to. One is the BPS Adventure, which I need to do a review of this. This is a great knife, really, really good knife. I think it's about $40. I think at one point when they first came out, it's Ukrainian made, and I think they were selling these for like, I want to say with the discounts like $29 or something like that. I don't remember. I think currently they're like 40 or something like that. I'll flash the price up there. And then of course this is probably my all-time favorite knife, the Work Tough Mountain Lion. This thing is just an absolute beast, and I love it. It is super heavy, super thick, tough as nails, sharp as hell. K329 blade. Love this knife. But this little Knox knife, man, I'll tell you what. For its price, it's hard not to recommend it. If you need a beater knife, you can just kind of smash around on it. If you've got some kid that's maybe into camping or into scouting or something like that, absolutely. It's a nice knife. The Krom Os 8 fixed blade knife. It is currently unavailable, so I do not know what the price is for it. They may not make this knife anymore. It looks like Knox is kind of infamous for putting out a knife and then kind of revamping it and then renaming it and sending it out as something else. But if you're able, I will still link this on Amazon just in case. So you have an idea of at least, the dimensions and stuff like that. And if it does come back into stock, you'll be able to get it. I don't have any affiliation with them. I don't get anything if you buy the knife. It's just for me to use, so you can enjoy this beauty. I think I want to say it's about $45, something like that. All the Knox knives seem to be right in that kind of $45 to $65 range. But again, yeah, it is absolutely not a bad knife. We've got our terrible size comparison for my horrible knife review. Let's see if this thing can cut some paper. What do you say, folks? And I have a surprise for you. The answer to that question is absolutely. This knife is rip-roaringly sharp. It's one of the great things about Aus 8. Is it Aus 8 or Aus 10? Aus 8. Aus 8 sharpens up really nicely. There is a hiccup in here, somewhere along here, but the vast majority of this knife is very sharp. Very, very sharp. You can see how well it moves through the paper. There is that one hiccup, but other than that, it is nice and sharp the way we like to keep our knives here at this channel. All right, folks, that's going to do it. That is the Knox Krom. A decent little knife for the price if it ever becomes available again. Yeah, it's a nice little knife. Not the best fixed blade in the world. There's obviously some other stuff that I'd rather get, but for the price, it's hard to beat. So that's gonna do it, folks. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. Love you guys, and I'll talk to y'all soon.